Ma'am, please calm down. We will find him.
The scream cut through the quiet suburban afternoon. Neighbors poured out of their houses. A mother stood in her driveway, phone shaking, eyes wild with panic. Her son was gone. 7-year-old Lucas had vanished. Last seen playing in his backyard at 2 p.m. It was now past 3:30. No trace, no sound, just gone. Police cruisers lined the street, lights flashing in the afternoon sun. Officers spread across the neighborhood. Search dogs arrived, noses to the ground, pulling through yards and into the woods. The bloodhounds picked up Lucas's scent near the fence line. Then nothing. The trail went cold. But that's when Sarah noticed something strange. Her German shepherd, Titan, sat frozen in their backyard, staring at the fence, body stiff, ears back, a desperate whine coming from his throat. "Titan," Sarah called. Her daughter Emma stood beside her, eyes red from crying. Titan didn't move, just stared at that fence like his life depended on it. Before we go further, please subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. I am really curious to know how far our stories travel. Now, back to the story. Sarah walked closer. "Titan, what's wrong?" The dog began scratching at the fence, claws scraping wood. Titan was a rescue she'd adopted 2 years ago. Sweet, goofy, but this? She'd never seen him act like this. She placed a hand on his head. He whined louder, then barked. "Mom, he's trying to tell us something," Emma whispered. Sarah jogged to the lead officer.
My dog won't stop acting strange near the back fence.
We have trained search dogs.
The officer barely looked at her. "Your pet's probably reacting to the commotion, but he's never—" "Please just stay inside." Sarah looked down at Titan. His brown eyes locked on hers. She made a choice. She opened the gate and Titan bolted. Not toward the woods where officers searched, not toward the park. He ran the opposite direction, toward the old drainage system behind the neighborhood, the tunnels the city condemned last year. Sarah ran after him. 2 officers followed.
Ma'am, where are you going?
Follow the dog!
The sun beat down as Sarah ran. Then Titan stopped, in front of a massive rusted drainage grate. The officers caught up, breathing hard. That's supposed to be sealed, but it wasn't. The grate had been pried open, and there, caught on the metal edge, was a small red sneaker. Lucas's sneaker. Sarah's breath caught. One officer radioed for backup. The other shone his flashlight into the black hole. "Lucas, can you hear me?" Nothing, just dripping water. He called again. "Lucas!" Then, faint, so faint, a child's cry could be heard. "He's down there!" Before anyone could stop him, Titan squeezed through the grate and disappeared into the darkness. "No, Titan!" Sarah screamed. The officers shone their lights down. They couldn't see anything, just pitch-black shadows and rushing water. Seconds felt like hours. Sarah's hands shook. Emma grabbed her arm, tears streaming. Then, splashing, scraping, a dog's bark echoing from below, and crying, louder now. "Mom, he found him!" Emma shouted. And then, out of the darkness, Titan emerged, soaking wet, covered in mud, his teeth gently gripping the hood of a small jacket, pulling with everything he had. Lucas! The boy's face was pale, lips blue, shaking, but alive. The officers pulled him up, wrapping him in a blanket. Lucas collapsed into their arms, sobbing. "I fell. I couldn't get out. The water kept rising." Sarah dropped beside Titan, throwing her arms around his neck. He was shaking from exhaustion, but his tail wagged weakly. "You saved him," Sarah whispered, tears streaming. Emma hugged Titan, burying her face in his wet fur. Paramedics arrived. Lucas was hypothermic, scratched, but alive. He'd been exploring the tunnel, slipped, fell deep into the drain, couldn't climb out. The water was rising. Another hour and he would have drowned. The officer who'd dismissed Sarah stood staring. He crouched beside Titan. "He's not even trained. How did he know?" Sarah smiled through tears. He didn't need training. He just needed to care. 1 week later, the police department held a ceremony. Titan sat calmly while the chief pinned an honorary citizen medal to his collar. Lucas stood beside him, one hand buried in Titan's fur, refusing to let go. Emma beamed. The neighborhood clapped. Sarah knelt down. "You were never just a regular dog, were you, boy?" Titan wagged his tail. "Just a good boy, doing good boy things." That afternoon, Titan lay in the grass while Emma and Lucas played. The sun glinted off the metal on his collar. A regular family dog who turned out to be extraordinary all along. If this story touched your heart, leave a comment saying Hero Dog and hit subscribe for more amazing stories like this.